Hello my viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ledrock, your nature boy, and today we are going to observe nature and the negative impact that human action have on the environment. And what you're looking at now are some mangrove, and mangrove are very important to the ecosystem. Our planet that we live on is a very balanced ecosystem, and any careless act or irresponsible behavior can offset that. And with the mangrove, we can see here that there are some things within the mangrove that are not supposed to be there. You see, the mangrove root help to protect the shoreline. Also, the mangrove root that are in the water give or make available space for the small fish to hide and for the big fish to come in and breed, lay their eggs at young ones, and they can hide among those mangrove roots from the predators that seek to hunt them. So the mangrove is very important in the ecosystem, and at all costs they should remain where they are and not moved. However, what we find in the mangrove sometimes are garbage that are not supposed to be there. These garbage sometimes end up into the ocean because when the high tide comes or when it rains and wash it, it will go in the ocean. Some of these garbage are deposited directly in the mangrove. Some reach there from the gullies and drains, streams, etc. That when people do dump in those areas and it rain, it will wash it out and the high tide will take it here. But sometimes the high tide also take it from here back to in the water. The mangrove also provide nesting area for the birds. But however, when the garbage leave the mangrove, this is where it end up, in the ocean and the bottom of the ocean. Here we have a beer can. Now this beer can sometimes it get there from those who are on the pleasure boat. People just drink and they throw their garbage overboard. We have here, an empty bottle, and this is definitely not good. And some of the time when we throw things to the windows of our cars and we dump in our gullies and we think then that's it, when the rainfall just washes, goes to somewhere and it doesn't have a negative impact and the environment, we are so wrong, because it end up in the ocean, and what you have now is a pollution problem. These are stuff that I have to remove from the area that I do my diving in, because I set fish traps in these areas. But I have to, on a daily basis, go down there with a bag, the rice bag or a sugar bag, and take these garbage and put them in it. It's a very difficult task, especially because I'm not using the right equipment. So the beer can, this is a box food box. This end up in the ocean because somebody dumped it in the gully. Somebody probably was on a boat and just threw it overboard. So pollution is a problem. It spoils the beauty. That's a water bottle. While water is important for us to drink, we have to take care of the empty containers, because the pleasure boats and the fishing boats and other boat that uses our coastal area also, they throw some of these things directly overboard. Some of the crew members are lazy and they don't want to take these things to shore and dispose of them properly. So when they clean the boat after a cruise or a tour, they just throw these things overboard, and the ocean floor is littered with them. Some people are going to be upset that I did a video like this, but I have to show people how it is, when we act the way we act, even on land, because what happened at the ridge affect the reef. So wherever you are and you dump your garbage in an irresponsible way, it always end up back on the floor of the ocean. And it is not only solid waste that goes there also, because some of the pleasure boats and fishing boats, and I'm saying some of them, and if you notice I didn't name them yet, they pump the sewage that is being used, being disposed of on the boat. They pump it directly into the ocean, and this is a form of fertilizer. I want to use the local term where everybody can understand. And this also promote the growth of algae or mass and the reef. There are other chemicals sometimes that are present in the water when they pump it in the water, and it also damages the coral reef, and it also, wherever it is done like that, it affect the fish stock, because the fish will migrate if the water is not up to where it's supposed to be in quality, such as oxygen, etc. All of these things are on the ocean floor. This is not a myth. You can't make this up. These bottles are there for a while, so you can see even stuff growing on them. So no one can say, well, Ledrock took them down there, and because he wants some views, he just took them down there and is doing this. This is something that is on the bottom for an extended period of time. If you notice also, here we have some coral reef that are completely dead. They're dead. Why did they die? Because of human action that leads to global warming, high carbon dioxide level in the water, the release of effluent such as, and I mentioned it again, sewage, because even in Montego Bay, when it rains and the sewage system overflow, or by the Clark area and other area, it stinks. It end up into the Barnett River and washed out into Montego Bay. That is causing a great damage. And most people want you to think, here's a healthy piece of coral. This one developed some resilience against the pollution and is still growing. But most people will want you to think that fishermen are the problem. And I'm not saying that we don't have some irresponsible fisher folks, but what we must understand, that we have 100% of the problem. Fishermen are about 15 to 20% of that. 80% of it is due to improper garbage disposal, the lack of responsible or adequate drainage system or sewage maintenance system. Also irresponsible coastal development, where the mangroves are removed and hotels are built almost in the ocean, and somehow the effluent and other waste material that is used in liquid end up into our ocean. And this is what we get. And therefore, pollution is not just a problem caused by fisher folks. Everyone is responsible. I must also say that the roadside garage, they dispose of their waste oil and so on in a very irresponsible way. And when it rains, it goes in the drain, where the drain ends up into the sea. So there's a problem that we are having here. We have to somehow put a lid on this thing. The government need to be, a bit more serious, and the citizens need to be more responsible. One of the things I want to point out also is that when we treat nature or our environment like this, it's not healthy for the environment, and it's not healthy for us either. We are going to feel the negative impact of this somewhere down the line. And as I continue to post my videos, I'll be showing the healthy side of the reef, the beauty of the reef, but I'm going to also show the ugliness that is affecting the reef. These are stuff that I come across on a regular basis, and something need to be done. Our children need to learn the civic pride, and our adults need to display that also. We can't just throw things anywhere and everywhere, because this is going to be the end result of it. As you watch these videos, don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share, to tell someone about this channel, to come over and give us the support. Also, we are planning some cleanup days, beach cleanup days, mangrove cleanup days, and for those who can manage a scuba dive, when you want to go, dive and take some of these things off the reef. For those who want to, donate bags, garbage bags and other, equipment that can be used to, easily remove these things from the ocean floor, to make it a bit more healthier, to, prolong the life of the coral reef and to preserve that which we have. And I ask my fellow fisher folks also to be responsible, to ensure that these things doesn't end up in the water from your boat, because these are the plastic that sink to the bottom, but like the plastic bag that are clear, that float, it damages, even more than the coral reef, because the turtles eat them, think it's jellyfish, and sometimes they get trapped, their head get trapped into it and become, entangled, and they will die. So responsible behavior not only prevent garbage from being on the ocean floor, but it also protect the marine life, our turtles and other marine life. All right. So my friends, I just want to say to you that stay tuned for more videos like this one. I will be doing a lot more underwater, exploration, showing you the beauty and encourage you to do the right thing. And as you go, just focus on the verse that I put there, that all of us are steward of this planet. God made this planet and he gave it to man to keep it and dress it. Play your part even in this time to be a good steward and take care of this little planet called Earth, because there is no other planet near here where we can live. Thank you for watching my video. Continue to watch, to like, to share and subscribe. May God continue to bless you and to keep you and to cause his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Amen.